Hi everyone, Adrienne here. So today I'm going to be offering you some edutainment. Yeah, I said it, edutainment. So I'm sure some of you have heard, if you are a fan of Gothic literature, of the French poet Charles Baudelaire. And if you haven't, awesome, I'm going to teach you a few things about him and hopefully that'll prompt you to go read his stuff because it's awesome. His greatest work, Les Fleurs du Mal, has quickly become one of my favorite books of poetry to read. Really, it is just whoa, man. Just whoa. Les Fleurs du Mal is absolutely exquisitely written, and it's just a very unusual piece of work. I've never read anything else that really weaves together the themes of beauty and decay and death and sensuality successfully. Now you may be thinking, oh, but Edgar Allan Poe can do that stuff. Well, personally, I consider Charles Baudelaire to be Edgar Allan Poe's horny literary cousin. In a loving way. I totally don't mean that in a bad way. Let's face it, his poetry's pretty hot. And I'm sure some of you who already know about him will say, oh my god, he was just like a really ugly pervert. Like, have you ever seen that picture of him? Like, for real? Now, that most famous picture of Charles Baudelaire that we all associate with him whenever we think of him, that was taken when he was very, very, very ill, after he had a stroke. So of course, no one is going to be taking the best pictures on the planet when they're in that state. Ladies, check out the smolder on this hunk. Like, damn, girl. Literally see it written in his eyes, just like, baby, come sit in my lap and kiss my neck. I don't know if that says it to you, but it certainly says it to me, and I think that that portrait of him really captures his personality. And now I'm going to teach you a few things about this very unusual man. Born on April 9th, 1821, he was born to parents Joseph-Francois Baudelaire and his mother Caroline in Paris and suffered a very troubled childhood. Charles's father was 36 years his mother's senior. Whoa. And died at the age of 68 when Charles was only 6 years old. Being very close to his mother, he was disturbed when she remarried. She married Major Jacques Aupic, who was a military figure. In the year of 1833, the family moved away from Paris so Charles could attend military boarding school. Shortly before he graduated, he was kicked out for refusing to relinquish a piece of paper that a classmate of his had passed to him in class. Whoa. I wonder what the hell it said. His mother and stepfather sent him on a ship to India, hoping to tame his bohemian spirit. However, he left the vessel and returned to Paris. At age 21 in the year of 1842, he inherited his father's fortune and began his literary career in the Latin Quarter of Paris. It is believed around this period that he contracted syphilis from frequenting prostitutes. Oh boy. At this time he met his notorious mistress Jeanne Duval, a Creole woman of whom his family did not approve. She was one of 4 women who inspired Charles Baudelaire's greatest work, Les Fleurs du Mal. During their lengthy and stormy relationship, Jeanne Duval was emotionally abusive toward Charles. She delighted in toying with him, having affairs with friends of his, getting him hooked on drugs such as hashish and opium, and getting him deeper into debt. So this relationship continued on and off throughout the years. He also had a relationship with painter and model, the beautiful Apollonie Sabatier, and actress Marie Dabrun. Charles was also a big fan of wine and was a famous absinthe drinker. By 1844, he had squandered at least half of his inheritance, prompting his family to fight for a lawyer to handle Charles's finances and provide him with an allowance until his death. His writing career began with art criticism, and he also released an autobiographical novella titled La Fanfarlo in 1847. Prior to releasing Les Fleurs du Mal, his greatest achievement in writing was considered to be his English to French translations of Edgar Allan Poe's work. They are widely considered to be among the best. In 1857, he finally published the first edition of his greatest work, Les Fleurs du Mal. Quite obsessed about ensuring the quality of his work, he took a room next to the publishing house so he could oversee the process. 6 of the poems in the collection, however, were banned in France until 1949, containing subject matter such as lesbianism and vampires. The second edition of Les Fleurs du Mal, he added 35 poems. One of the things Les Fleurs du Mal is known for is its explicit sexual content, the link between beauty and decay, and, significantly, the relationship between death and sensuality. Because of his personal eccentricities and his work, he was dubbed Poète Maudit, the cursed poet in French. One friend even reported that Charles, in the midst of conversation, asked him, "Wouldn't it be agreeable to take a bath with me?" I can imagine his friend was something like, dude, I love you, but not that much. Stay back. In the 1860s, Charles's health began to decline. In 1862, he started suffering from horrible nightmares. When he left for Brussels to give some lectures in 1863, a series of strokes left him partially paralyzed. He finally passed away August 31st, 1867, at the age of 46, most likely from syphilis. So, there's a brief biography on Charles Baudelaire, and trust me, it only scratches the surface of the man himself. But Adrian, you ask, what would you recommend if we want to get a good introduction into his work? I'm glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked. So the best thing I can recommend to you guys if you want to start reading his work is Les Fleurs du Mal, his most famous one. Now this edition in particular is half English, half French. The original text is on the left-hand side and the English translation is on the right, as you can see right there. So pretty easy to follow, and you may even pick up a few words of French along the way. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, okay. And if you're wondering what edition this is the Oxford's World Classics edition, and the translation is by James McGowan. So go ahead and check it out. Really. You're gonna find this a delicious treat, trust me. I really enjoy reading it in my downtime. But Adrian, you say, can you read us a poem of his just to get an idea of what he's like? Why sure I can! I have to get my glasses because I'm nearsighted as hell. Alright, I got my glasses. Now let me look for a brief one I can read for you guys. I want to give you a little taste so you can go and read him for yourself. This one is called Correspondences. Nature is a temple where the living columns sometimes breathe confusing speech. Man walks with these groves and symbols, each of which regards him as a kindred thing. The long echoes, shadowy, profound, from afar, bend in a unity. Just as the night, a sunlight's clarity, so perfumes, colors, sounds may correspond. Odors there are, fresh as a baby's skin, mellow as oboes, green as meadow grass, others corrupted, rich, triumphant, full. Having dimensions infinitely vast, frankincense, musk, ambergris, benjamin, singing the senses' rapture and the soul's. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, I hope you learned something, and I really hope that you go and check out Les Fleurs du Mal because, like I said, it is a real treat to read. You will not be sorry that you read it. Trust me. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you liked what you saw, and if you want some more educational videos, please let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you thought of my little presentation today, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you had any thoughts about Charles Baudelaire. You know, anything your little heart desires. Go ahead and thumbs up this video if you liked it, and I will see you guys later. Bye!